So last time we said that we are dealing with a function, which when we graph a function, we need this XY coordinate. Okay. So for any function, we actually have three forms, or just three ways of expressing it. Now, one is when we write something like that, say 2x plus 1, and that is algebraic. Okay.
Got it.
So in like algebra, we use symbols. That's called algebraic. Or you could use table, x and y. So 0, 1, 1, 3, and 2, and 5. We can do that. Okay. So this is called table form.
Yeah.
And another one is called algebraic form. And we also have this form. This is a graphic or graphical form. Okay.
Got it.
For us, a graphic, and the graphing is actually pretty easy. We just need 2 points. In this case, this is 1 point. So 0, 1, and there's 1, 3. So 1, 3. So then we just connect them. Okay.
Yep.
And now we see that this is called a linear function. The reason it's called a linear function is because when you're graphing it, you got a line out of it. And now when we drawing a straight line, we just need 2 points. That's why we just pick up 2. You can pick any 2, but we just pick something easy for us. But if you look at this line here, what you notice, the property of the line, one is that its slope, right? Tells us how steep or how flat that is. Good.
Yeah.
So that's one attribute, we'll call it attribute. When you have something, if you think object, now an object has attribute, like say if you think a car. Now a car, that means it have wheels, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have engines in it, and you also have seats inside, and so those are kind of attribute. And you could have 2 different cars, even though we all call them cars, but each one is different. So the difference could be the color, could be the shape, or could be the engine, right?
Yeah.
And could be, the year when it was manufactured. So those are, so when we talk about object, the object has attribute. And same thing, like when we talk about person, we'll say, we know it's a boy or girl, that's an attribute, right? That's gender.
Yes.
And or the height, I mean, one is 5'7" or one is 6'4". So those kind of attribute. So by the straight line, we see that we have slope as attribute. And we also know that because we have XY coordinate, we know this is called Y intercept, because the line intercept with the Y axis. So it's called Y intercept. And we have here, this is a line intercept with the X axis. So that means X intercept.
Yes.
Good.
Got it.
And so now we can see if we use the same function, and we see that this this actually, that is our slope, right? Because this number tells us how fast we go up or go down. Good.
Yeah.
And this one is our Y-intercept, because when X is 0, Y is 1, which is exactly this point. So when we write as the either algebraic form, or sometimes we call that function form. If we write as a function, then we already know two things. One is the slope, one is y-intercept. Okay.
Yes.
So we don't have to do anything. We just pick them up. But for the x-intercept is different. X-intercept we have to do some work because at this point, our y coordinate is 0, right?
Yes.
So that means whatever this point is, then if we substitute that into x, then we know, well, let's see. Let's give a name for the x coordinate here. Let's call it x sub 1, okay?
Okay.
Then 2x sub 1 plus 1 should be 0, right?
Yes.
And then we're just solving it. 2x sub 1 equal to -1, then x sub 1 is half. And that's how we find it, okay?
Okay.
So we actually have solving a linear equation. And because we are doing math, mathematicians really like to make things simple, but sometimes you make things simple, you might cause confusions. So instead of writing x sub 1, we just write like that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then now you can see this x is different from this x. I mean, right on the side. This is a function. In this function, this x is a variable. Good.
Got it.
But for the x-intercept, we to do 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Now this x is actually unknown. It's a point. Good.
Got it.
Now here in the function form, the value of x changes, right?
Yeah.
Because that could be any value from negative infinity to positive infinity. And when the x changes, the y will change. So the x is called independent variable, and y called dependent variable. But here is not variable anymore. In this equation, this means there is this is our x intercept point. That's the x coordinate of this point. We just don't know what that is. We have to do something to find it. So that's where we have equation. And from there, we'll solve the linear equation. We know x is -half. So we figured out, okay, this point actually is -half, comma 0, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Got it.
Okay, now I'll give you some examples. So let's say y equals 3x minus 4. Now we know the slope. We actually use m for slope. And then slope is 3. And the y-intercept, we just use y, and to intercept here, just like int. And that is -4. Good. So the point actually is 0, comma -4. Good. So when you find that, this is the coordinate will be 0, comma -4. Okay.
Yeah. Is that the x-axis?
It's on the y-axis.
Y-axis.
Yeah.
That's the y-intercept.
You're right. That's called the y-intercept. Is on the y-axis. Good.
Yeah.
If you come look here, this point, that is 1, right?
Yes.
This is 0, comma 1. And this is called y-intercept because it's the line here and intersect with y-axis. So that's why I called y-intercept. Okay. So once we got that, we know those two are pretty easy. And then find the x-intercept, that's where we have to do work. So we do 3x minus 4 equal to 0. Then we add 4 on both sides. Then 3x equal to 4. Then x is equal to 4 over 3. Good?
Yes.
So that's our x-intercept. But the point actually is 4, 1/3 and comma 0. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's do, I want to just do some work, okay?
Okay.
Y equals 2x plus 4. What is slope, y-intercept, and x-intercept?
Okay. 2. Is that be x plus 4 equals 0 minus 4 minus 4 would that be -4/2? Is that what the x-intercept would be equal to?
Well, let's see, the slope is 2, right?
Yes.
Y-intercept is 4, and
Yes.
x-intercept is 2x plus 4. You can think of it as 2x x-intercept equal to 0, good?
Mhm.
Then 2x intercept is -4. The
Mhm.
x-intercept is -4/2. Should be -2. Good,
Yeah, that'd be -2.
right? Yeah. And of course, when we actually do it, we don't have to write this. Keep going because that takes too much time. But that's what I meant when we try and find the y-intercept point. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And
Uh,
so that line would look kind of like, yeah, it would pass through the negative.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Y equals say 4x minus 8. What's our slope? And y-intercept and x-intercept.
Okay. X minus 8 equals 0 plus 8 4x equal to 8. So I think the slope would be 4, the y-intercept would be -8,
Right.
and x-intercept would be 2.
Perfect. You got it.
Yes, I used to struggle with this, to be honest.
So now, yeah, once you understand it, it becomes easy, right?
Yeah, it's basically like an algebraic equation.
Right. Okay, I give you y equal -2x plus 3. Okay. What
Okay.
is slope? Y-intercept and x-intercept.
Okay. 2, 3, 2x plus 3, 0 minus 3, minus 3, 2x equals 3. Quick question.
Yeah.
Would then both negatives combine to be a positive?
If you multiply.
But if we're doing like -2x equals -3, would that become like a?
Well, if we say -2x equal to -3, right? Then we do divide by -2 on both sides. And that cancel. So -3 divided by negative is positive. So it's just 3/2.
Okay, I was wondering.
Okay, good.
So I think the slope would be -2, y-intercept would be 3, and the x-intercept would be 3/2.
Perfect. You got it.
Woohoo!
Yay. Good job. So I'll give you just one more, okay? Y is -3x plus, oh, no, trying to do a different, do minus. minus 9. Okay. Our slope, y-intercept, x-intercept.
X. Okay. X minus 9 is equal to 0 plus 9 plus 9 x is equal to 9. Okay, so slope would be -3, y-intercept would be -9, and the x-intercept I'm thinking would be -3.
Perfect, you got it. That's it. All right, wonderful. Okay, so I'll see you next week, okay?
See ya.
Okay, take care.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.